Hello friends, welcome to our channel Learn and Have Fun. In this video, we will learn about refraction of light through a glass prism and angle of deviation. In our activities, we will be using two types of prism, a normal lab prism and a photographic prism. We also need a laser torch. Switch on a laser torch, you will see the path of a laser beam. This beam travels in a straight line. When a prism comes in a path of the laser beam, the beam deviates from its initial direction. Let's observe the behavior of laser beam from the top view. In this view, you can clearly see laser light enter the air to glass medium. As glass is optically denser than air, the light bends towards the normal. When the refracted light reaches the opposite side of the prism, it comes out from the glass medium and again enter the air medium. Since air is a rarer medium, now the light bends away from the normal. Due to bending of the light at both the surfaces, the light finally deviates from its initial direction. Watch this animation to see what the angle of deviation is. We extend the incident ray with the dotted lines. Also, extend the emergent ray backward with dotted lines. The two extended lines meet at a point. The angle between these two lines, that is, direction of incident beam and direction of emergent beam, is known as angle of deviation.
Refraction through glass prism. Let ABC be a glass prism. BC is the base of the prism and AB and AC be its two refracting surfaces. PQ is the incident ray, QR is the refracted ray and RS is the emergent ray. When light ray enters the prism, it bends towards the normal. When light ray comes out of the prism, it bends away from the normal. Angle through which light ray bends from the direction of incident ray when it comes out of the prism is called angle of deviation. Angle of prism is the angle between two lateral surfaces.
Dispersion of white light by a glass prism. You must have seen and appreciated the spectacular colors in a rainbow. How could the white light of the sun give us various colors of the rainbow? Before we take up this question, we shall first go back to the refraction of light through a prism. The inclined refraction surfaces of a glass prism show exciting phenomenon. Let us find it out through an activity. If a prism is placed in a room and a narrow beam of white light is allowed to fall on one of its refracting faces, what do you observe? It is found that light coming out from the other face of the prism is split to 7 colors. What are the 7 colors that you see on the screen? The various colors seen are violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. This phenomenon, the splitting of light into its component colors, is called dispersion of light. The band of the colored components of a light beam is called its spectrum. Why does this happen? The acronym VIBGY will help us to remember the sequence of colors. We have seen that white light is dispersed into its 7 color components by prism. Why do we get these colors? Different colors of light bend through different angles with respect to the incident ray as they pass through a prism. The red light bends the least, while the violet the most. Thus, the rays of each color emerge along different paths and thus become distinct. It is the band of distinct colors that we see in a spectrum. Isaac Newton was the first to use a glass prism to obtain the spectrum of sunlight. He tried to split the colors of the spectrum of white light further by using another similar prism. However, he could not get any more colors. He then placed the second identical prism in an inverted position with respect to the first prism. This allowed all the colors of the spectrum to pass through the second prism. He found a beam of white light merging from the other side of the second prism. This observation gave Newton the idea that the sunlight is made up of 7 colors. Any light that gives a spectrum similar to that of sunlight is often referred to as white light.
Sir Isaac Newton was the first person to use a glass prism to obtain the spectrum of the sunlight. A rainbow is a natural spectrum which appears in the sky after a rain shower. It is caused by the dispersion of sunlight by tiny water droplets present in the atmosphere. Raindrops act like glass prisms which refract and disperse the incident sunlight, and then they reflect it internally and finally refract it again when it comes out of the raindrop.